guys, what is up? It's Taylor Janet and welcome back to my channel. As you can tell from the title, today's video is 10 ways to earn a high GPA in college. If you are new to my channel, welcome. My name is Taylor. I am a sophomore at Spelman College where I major in economics and double minor in political science and Spanish. Before we get started with today's video, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out. I do post every week and yeah. Tip number 1, read up on your professor before the class even gets started. You can look up your professor on ratemyprofessor.com and you can learn so much about their teaching style. Like if that teacher is notorious for giving out a pop quiz on the first day of school, that's something you might want to know before you have the first day of school. That way you can basically just prepare for whatever that teacher is going to throw at you. Tip number 2, take the time to understand your syllabus. On the first day of classes, your professor is going to give you a syllabus, and within that syllabus it's probably going to be long AF, like 10-15 pages. No joke, you guys, I had a 10-page syllabus for gym. So yes, your teacher will give you a syllabus. It's going to be really long. Definitely read the whole thing, but the part you want to really focus on is the breakdown of your grade. They're going to explicitly tell you exactly what percentage is of your grade is going to come from. 10% of your grade is homework, 10% of your grade is participation, 60% is exams, blah, 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 blah. Like, they're going to break it down so clearly, and that way you can keep track of your own grade throughout the entire semester. Your teachers might not tell you your grades at all. They just might not. So it's really on you to keep on track of where you are academically. Also, the sections that are the most hefty in your percentage of your grade, focus on them twice as hard. Focus on everything because we're shooting for A's, but if you know that your project is 40% of your grade, do not wait until the last minute. You should have that done, run it by your teacher, all this stuff, because you know you want to excel in those percentages of your grade that are higher. Tip number 3, get to know your professors from the beginning. This is not only important for your grade in the class, but also for future letters of recommendation that you might want to ask them for in the future. Tip number 4 is to always do your assignments and to always do them on time. Losing points because you submitted an assignment in late literally sucks, you guys, because you are losing unnecessary points and you never want to put yourself in that situation. I honestly think of homework points as free points because as long as you do the assignment, do it well, and send it on time, you are guaranteed to get a 100% in that part of your grade. Tip number 5, take chapter notes before your lecture. Reading ahead and taking detailed notes on your chapter before you even learn it in class, to me, is a game changer. Once I started doing this, I found that I was able to engage in the lecture so much more, and I wasn't just sitting there like furiously trying to copy down every single word that my professor had to say and oh my god, did I miss something? None of that. I already had it down on my paper in front of me. I was able to engage, just sit there like this, listen, ask questions if necessary, and maybe jot down any additional things that my professor had to say. Tip number 6 is to sit in the front row. I just find that professors tend to engage more with their students who sit in the front, so whether you go to a school where you have 30 people in your class or 300, it's always helpful to get in the front, make sure your professors see you. Also, I find that when I sit in the front row, I am significantly less distracted. Tip number 7, actually go to class. Now, if you haven't been to college yet, you know, you're a rising freshman, this might sound like, well, obviously I'm gonna go to class. But there will be those days where it is cold outside, raining really hard, your bed's looking mighty comfortable, and you're thinking, I might be able to miss a class. Well, I have 3 reasons on why you should not do that. First reason being that the best way to comprehend the lecture and the material is to actually go and hear what your professor has to say. See what they emphasize, see what the big takeaway is from them, because reading the book just might not be enough. Reason number 2 is that your teacher could give you a pop quiz or in-class assignment that you can't make up if you aren't in class with a valid excuse. And reason number 3 is it's just an unnecessary deduction of those participation points. So next time you're just sitting in your bed chilling, thinking about relaxing, think about that class that you need to go to, because it definitely helps to go to class to comprehend the material. Tip number 8, start preparing for your exams from day 1. I just take whatever I learned that day in class and I make sure I study it consistently. I find it's a lot easier to study bit by bit by bit than just review everything all at once like the week before exams. It doesn't really work. So just make sure everything you learn, you're learning cumulatively. Because at the end of the day, cramming never works. Tip number 9, take advantage of your professor's office hours. All professors have office hours, but most students actually won't use them until like the week before finals. So just go in there, introduce yourself, and take advantage to ask any questions that you might have about the class or about the lecture. And yeah, it's another great way to form a great relationship with your professor. And finally, tip number 10 is to work with your peers. Almost all of my classes had a GroupMe where everybody in the class was in it, where we could ask questions or post links to helpful videos, stuff like that. Another good idea is to form a study group with people from your class, you know, 3 to 4 people getting together once a week and just reviewing the material together. Sometimes reviewing in groups is another great way to make sure you're retaining the information. That is it. Those are my 10 tips on how to earn a high GPA in college. It is 4.0 season, you guys, and I really do hope that this video helped you. If you have any additional tips on how to get a high GPA, study hacks, college hacks, all that, comment them down below because I'd love to hear them. I'm always looking for new tips. And of course, if you enjoyed this video, please give me a huge thumbs up. If you want to see more advice videos, college videos, I'd love to do them because it's fun to just mix it up from the usual vlogging. And of course, if you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out. Bye, you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.